they say. It's the sign of Spartacus.
Fool's talk! Ridiculous! Anyway, the rebellion will be crushed. If I have to cover the entire province with crosses. Peace will return to Asia on the word of Crassus. You will help me, Flanders.
I'll serve you, for the glory of Rome.
For the glory of Rome, a great many things are done. Such as overthrowing the triumvirate as Caesar has done, and destroying the Republic as he's attempting to do. If you serve me loyally, you'll have nothing to regret, Flanders. I'm spoken of as a Croesus, as the Roman who is the richest of all men. And I can be most generous as I am with loyal friends, or pitiless as I am with enemies. So you let him find out who you were. That is all you've accomplished. You wanted to find out who was helping him, and he made fools of you. So we still haven't discovered whether he works alone or with others.
No, we know who he really is.
You've also made the mistake of trying to kill him, and lost some of your best men in the process. What are you, imbeciles? Killing Colt is worse than idiotic. It's dangerous. We have to find out who it is that employs him. In the future, you will refrain from taking any action unless I order it. I mean that. Where were you? Where have you been?
Well, if you really want to know, with the man.
Who is he?
I don't know. And I'm not interested.
You be careful, Ursula. For 2 years, I've made you live like a queen, but if you...
A slave, not a queen.
What would happen if your boyfriend discovered what you are, huh? I might tell him a couple of interesting things that concern you. The man you shot. The thing between us.
Stop it, Spiros!
Go on. Kill me if you want to. My lawyer will have you condemned for 2 deaths. I trust you've heard that Zorro is now the leader of a gang of killers that today murdered Don Carlos of Altamura, the governor's emissary. That this happened in my province, I find most distressing. If it had happened anywhere else, I wouldn't care. Hurry with that. Now, I would like very much to know what you intend to do about it.
I understand your position and realize it's difficult. I'm sworn to catch Zorro, and I'm not going to let this opportunity slip away, no matter where he's hiding. I swear it.
How many times have I heard that? Sure, you'd swear. You'd swear in heaven. Well, what I want from you, do you understand me, is action. Action.
I tell you, he'll soon be captured.
You do well to listen. Those informers of yours, I don't mind telling you, had simply no idea that I was to have a private meeting with the governor's emissary without your knowledge. Bumble like that again, and you'll never catch Zorro. The responsibility is yours, and you cannot deny it, Don Pedro. Order. Order in the court. All right, let's make this fast. I intend to be back on that stage 10 minutes from now. Well, then. The accused, Gary Stevens, well known as a fast man with a pistol, among other things, is charged with having shot and killed Bill Dakota and his wife, without provocation and without the formality of a regularized duel. Do you admit the charge?
Yeah, but that ain't the point. Point is, all right, you're trying the wrong man. Now, of that I'm sure.
Gary Stevens, explain yourself.
I told you, I ain't the man. I didn't do it, Judge.
All right, order in the court. Order in the court. Any comments to the contrary?
On top of all that, I never heard one diagnosis, one clinical discussion, one lesson in therapeutics that didn't go on and on about your fame, Professor.
Oh, let's just forget it. I'm me, and Lazzarini is Lazzarini, and that's all there is to it. Here between you and me, though, Doctor.
Just silly, Professor.
Yes, there will never be a wall of white smock.
Wonderful. Giuliano.
Yes, sir. Giuliano.
Here, we're all a happy little family. I look on the profession as if it were a mission, Doctor. Unfortunately, today, there are a great many medical men who exercise the profession more as if it were any old business. The cause of it? It's the mutua. It's a vicious monster. It smothers doctors under a vast impersonal system, and the result? They work towards quantity when they should be working towards quality.
It's easy for him to talk. He picks up 30 bills a visit.
I imagine, Terzi, that you've already begun, am I correct, to hunt for mutuati?
Mutuati, Professor, I really don't know what they are. In my humble opinion, all men are entitled to equal treatment, no matter if they're filthy rich or poverty-stricken, no matter if the property owners or else they...
Fine. Bravo. I sympathize with you, Tarsili. Here's an example you should all keep an eye on. A real missionary. Ah, David, it's you. These parties are not for me.
Well, you know me too.
Yes, of course. There's been a lot of talk about you around here.
Whose castle is this?
It belongs to a strange individual. He invited us, but as you see, he didn't even show up.
And all these people?
What do you mean? Did you recognize them? They're the people who count. Those who decide. Society. Those not like yourself.
I see. Then why was I invited?
Maybe to see you up close. To study you. To put you under a microscope.
The journalists are accusing Bello Lampo. You'd think they were running a publicity campaign. And the name Bello Lampo is associated with you.
Why didn't you complain when they were associating him with you?
But I didn't go and lose my head.
All right, that's enough now, Derazi. Let's get to the point now.
You already know the whole story. It's a known fact that Traini had every intention of replacing Salimi. He fooled around too much on his own. It just couldn't go. Politically speaking, that is.
And so I was driven to... What do you think I am? No. You've got to be kidding.
Nobody's kidding here.
You mean everyone's against me? You think that I was...
We only think that the party's been compromised and that Salimi should have the good sense to resign. For reasons of health, eh, Salimi?
That villa in Salis belongs to my family since the Middle Ages, centuries. I would never have made it my house, my home, but the doctor advised that I move out there with Daniela and Irene.
Irene?
My other daughter. She's in America now, studying nuclear physics at Berkeley. A healthy girl, full of life. But Daniela has never been the same since she was raped by that maniac. She doesn't even go out anymore. Always alone. She's obsessed with fear. She seems to be repelled by the opposite sex. Unfortunately, there was a fine young man who wanted to marry her, but made advances to her too soon. She screamed and became quite hysterical.